7.8% up to 8.3% CPI inflation in November. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. All right, in just a matter of days, we're going to be getting the latest CPI data release, otherwise known as the Consumer Price Index, or the latest inflation report for the month of October. Now, generally, these reports come out in about the middle of the month for the prior month, and that's exactly what we're going to see with this report as well, as this one is in regards to the month of October. But this report is going to give us a better glimpse into this inflation. What is going on with it? Is it finally going down? Has it leveled off? Or is it still going higher? Now, as we've been talking about here on the channel for many months now, as we continue to get all of these inflation reports, we continue to dig into these, and we see under the hood, as we dig into these reports, we can see that inflation on real things, the necessities that many of us are buying on a regular basis, like food, shelter, healthcare, and a variety of other things, continues to rise. Meanwhile, the headline number, which is also heavily weighted toward energy, is also going down, which is basically just showing us that gas prices are going down. But like I've talked about so many times in previous videos, are you spending more money every single month on gas or on food? I would be willing to bet you're probably spending more money every month on food than what you are on gas in your vehicle. But again, it's probably going to be different for everybody. But again, we want to dig into this and talk about this report that's coming out in a matter of just days, the inflation report, the CPI, Consumer Price Index for the month of October, and what we can expect going forward after this report as well. Now, I've been doing a lot of research on this, as I always do on virtually everything. I've been digging around on this, and I've been coming across a range that I wanted to share with you in this video. Now, here's the thing. Across many economists and analysts and the experts out there right now, I've been seeing a range ranging from 7.8% up to 8.3% is what many economists and analysts are suspecting that this next CPI report is going to come in at. Now, remember, the last several reports that we've been getting here over the last several months since the summer have all been well over 8%. Even the last report that came out, 8.2%. So again, what do you think this report's going to be? This one will likely be around the 8% range as well. But again, the range that I'm seeing out there is 7.8 to 8.3%. So again, this is very interesting. And again, this is actually showing us that according to these economists and analysts, they're not really very optimistic that this inflation is going down anytime soon, right? It's a very slow grind, as we topped out at 9.1% over the summer, and we've only come down about 1% or so from the very highs. Now again, depending on who you listen to out there right now, and again, these are not political statements, I'm just simply telling you, there's a lot of politicians and people out there right now saying, there's no inflation. Inflation is zero. It's not going anywhere. Really? If that's the case, then why is inflation still up 8.2% year over year? I don't get it, right? Well, obviously we do get it. They're just not telling us the whole story. So on a year-over-year basis, yes, inflation is still up about 8.2% as of the last report. And this next report here in just a couple of days is going to show us exactly how much more it is still going up, probably around the 8% range, again, over a year-over-year basis. Now, again, I want to point this out as well, because here's what I'm going to be digging into this report and looking at very closely. I'm going to be looking at food, shelter, healthcare, and a variety of other aspects of this inflation. Now, let me point this out to you as well. In the last couple of reports here, the last report that showed food prices went up another 0.7%. The report before that, food prices went up 1.3%. In the last inflation report, we saw shelter go up 0.8%. The report before that, 0.7%. So we're still seeing shelter and food alone, two very essential items: rents and food, right? Are you spending any money each month on rents and food? Yeah. There's about 63 million households in this country that are renters. So yeah, a lot of people are paying a lot of money on rent right now, right? And not only that, I'm guessing you're probably buying a little bit of food every month as well, right? Well, yeah, I think that's a very important aspect that we need to watch very closely. So this report is going to be very important going forward. Now, I do know that there are a lot of you here in the community that do receive fixed income benefits like Social Security, SSDI, retirement, survivors, SSI, and VA benefits. Now, again, we did get the official cost of living adjustment out of the Social Security Administration in mid-October, coming in at 8.7%, and that was based on Q3 inflation. So the inflation reports out of July, August, and September. We already got all that information, so the official COLA raise is already in the books, 8.7%. So this inflation report is not going to impact Social Security or fixed income benefits in any way, shape, or form because we already have the COLA. However, we still do need to recognize that yes, this inflation will impact your monthly benefits because are your benefits still buying you just as much as they did, say, in early 2021, prior to all this inflation, and way back in late, say, 2019, all through 2020, we did not see any of this major inflation until about mid-2021. That's when we started to see all this inflation really, really, really ramping up. In fact, back in early 2021, inflation was still at about 2.5% to 3%. It was not that bad at all. That's about the range that the Federal Reserve wants inflation to be. Generally, their benchmark is about 2 to 2.5%. That is what the Federal Reserve wants inflation to be. Yes, the Fed wants inflation at about 2 to 2.5%. We're still sitting at about 8% right now. So they're about 6%, about 7.5 to 6, they're about 5.5 to 6% higher than where they actually want to be right now, okay? So they've got a lot of work ahead of them. Now, another reason why this inflation report is so incredibly important, because this is also going to indicate what the Federal Reserve is going to do going forward with their interest rate policy. Now, as we know from the many the Federal Reserve meetings that we've been having here over the last several months, they've been raising interest rates very aggressively for the last several meetings. Now, the whole idea behind that is to lower this inflation. And again, it's a very long process here. It's a slow process, but eventually it may bring down the inflation. But here's the thing. They've been aggressively raising interest rates for about 5 to 6 months now. Okay, is it really doing anything? Again, over the same period of time, inflation has gone up. It still was going up as they were raising interest rates until the summer when it peaked out at 9.1%. And then inflation has gone down about 1%, not even, since then. So again, they've raised interest rates significantly over the last several months, and it's only brought inflation down about 1%. So they got a lot of work ahead of them with this interest rate business and bringing this inflation down. But either way, we want to watch this inflation very closely because here's the thing. It's still going to impact all of us. It's going to translate into higher prices on a lot of different things. It's going to translate into the purchasing power of your dollars being depleted, as in $1 buys you, whatever it does today versus what it did, say, a year ago, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, things like that. So the purchasing power of your dollar continues to deplete. Now, this is also very important for fixed income beneficiaries because your monthly benefit, for the most part, is not increasing. It's not doing anything with the exception of the annual cost of living adjustment that'll be coming into effect as of January and your monthly benefits there. But other than that, your benefits are not changing. Every single month, they are the exact same. Well, are the prices on the grocery store shelves, are they changing? Yeah, they're changing in a big way, right? They're changing probably every single time that you go to the store. Some of the prices and the items that you're buying are probably changing in price. For example, look at eggs. The price of eggs is incredibly volatile right now. I'm not sure about you, but eggs are like incredibly expensive, like to the point where I don't even know if it's worth buying them anymore. Seriously, they're so crazy expensive. It's like nuts. You know what I mean? So, but again, that's just one item that I'm talking about. Literally every single time that we go to the store and look at that stuff, we're always fascinated by the price of the eggs, and it's something we like to look at just to kind of track to see, wow, eggs are $10 now for 18. Seriously. I mean, seriously, it is nuts to see these things. 1 week they're $6. The next week they're $7.99. The next week, magically, they're $9.99 for an 18-pack of eggs. It's just crazy to see these prices on things. So my point is the purchasing power of your dollars continues to get less and less. So going to the egg example, maybe today $1 buys you 4 eggs. Maybe a year ago, a year and a half ago, $1 probably bought you about a dozen eggs, or maybe 10 eggs, something like that. So you can see here the purchasing power of your dollars, as in what you can buy with $1, continues to get less. This is very, very problematic for fixed income and low income beneficiaries because your benefit stays the same, except the prices on the grocery shelves continue to increase, right? They fluctuate around a lot. Anyway, as we do get this inflation report coming out in just a matter of days, the CPI, of course, I will dig into it, and I'll bring you all that information as we get it. Another very important report here, and again, I want to bring that information to you. But the range I'm seeing right now across the economists and analysts and experts that are watching this is between 7.8 and 8.3%. And realistically, based on my own assessment, I would anticipate it's probably going to be right around that range as well. I would anticipate probably 8 to 8.1%. That'd be my anticipation if I had to put a number on this right now. Again, not budging too much from where inflation has been for the last several months. Still very, very high. But again, don't be surprised if you see some of these, some of these politicians coming out saying, look at that. Inflation, it's going down. And inflation, it has peaked out and inflation is actually negative. Not true. Not true at all. In fact, if you want to know the real numbers, tune in here on this channel. And again, I'll bring you that information as we get it, because I'll actually dig into the report. And I'm not going to sit here and give you smoke and mirrors and all this kind of stuff like that. I'll give it to you straight and give you the real information coming right out of the CPI report and letting you know what is really going on for the things that you're actually spending money on. Like I said, food, shelter, healthcare, and a variety of other things out there as well that all of us are buying on a regular basis. Anyway, hope this one helps you out. Again, thank you so much for watching this. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other thousands and thousands of videos here on the channel. Until next time, please have a nice day, enjoy, and I'll continue to be here for you every single day, no matter what, as that's my dedication and my commitment. So again, make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss any videos going forward, and I'll catch you again later in the next